in line with our preparation for CHAN 2024. Madam Speaker and colleagues might recall that on the 27th day of September 2023, the Executive Committee of the Confederation of African Football granted Uganda the hosting rights for African Cup of Nations 2027 to the East Africa Pamoja bid, which was jointly presented by the three East African countries, that is Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. Consequently, on 16th of September 2024, the East African Pamoja bid was also granted the rights to co-host the African Championship 2024, commonly known as CHAN. The CHAN 2024 is a football tournament that specifically features players who compete in the domestic national leagues. For this edition of 2024, scheduled to take place from 2nd to 30th of August 2025, 19 national football teams will participate in CHAN 2024. 5 of these shall be hosted in Uganda under Group C. The teams in Group C are Algeria, Guinea, Niger, South Africa, and Uganda. Uganda shall proudly host 12 matches played over the space of 8 days. The Group C matches shall include 9 group matches, 1 quarter-final match, 1 semi-final match, and then the third playoff match. All the CHAN 2024 matches in Uganda shall be played at around 38-seater Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. Madam Speaker and honorable colleagues, as the three host countries are using the CHAN as a dry run to assess our level of preparedness to host African Cup of Nations 2027, I must add that the processes of organizing the CHAN 2024 have been a learning curve as we look forward to hosting AFCON 2027. The government of Uganda, alongside the Federation of Uganda Football Federation, are working together with the Confederation of African Football, not only to guarantee conformity to the standards, but also to ensure the tournament is organized successfully. Uganda has executed the host agreement with the CAF and the government declaration for CHAN 2024 tournament. Uganda was required to sign a government declaration and guarantee to conform to its commitment to host CHAN. And honorable members, I would like to thank the Right Honorable Speaker for helping us in the due process. Madam Speaker, we are grateful. In line with the host agreement, the local organizing committee has been recognized as a legal entity. This followed the ratification of the agreement by Cabinet in accordance with Section 2A of the ratification of Treaties Cap 190. The LOC established under Gazette Number Notice 686 of 2025 is constituted of 20 members under the leadership of the Honorable First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports. It also has a fully functional secretariat as its implementing arm. Honorable colleagues, as guided by CAF and LOC, the LOC has 13 functions being performed by their respective subcommittees as follows. 1, guest management and hospitality. 2, events operation. 3, communication and signage. 4, medical and anti-doping. 5, security and safety. 6, ICT and accreditation. 7, infrastructure. 8, legal and brand protection. 9, workforce and volunteers. 10, team services. 11, commercial and marketing. 12, spectator services and fans experience. 13, finance. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, allow me to highlight the status of readiness for key specific deliverables under subcommittees I am going to state below. 1, infrastructure management. The core sports infrastructure to host the tournament are the main stadium and training pitches. Mandela National Stadium, which has been under renovation, passed the final inspection by CAF held in July 2025. It's ready to host the matches. The key installations for match hosting, including appropriate safety and security infrastructure, ICT, accreditation, broadcast, and media are ready. In addition, training facilities have undergone improvements at Chambogo University, Fufakadiva Stadium, Mutesa II Wankulukuku Stadium, and Kampala International School. The Mandela National Stadium, Nambole Annex, has been upgraded to meet CAF standards for CHAN and AFCON. At Chambogo University, the works done include the construction of a standard pitch with floodlights, irrigation system, changing rooms to meet the CAF standards for CHAN and AFCON. For Fufakadiva, the government has supported the Federation to complete its works on the facility to cover floodlights and other remedial works. In addition, 2 access roads have been upgraded and the facility is ready to be used for CHAN tournament. Mutesa II Wankulukuku has been upgraded with the new changing rooms, irrigation system, floodlights installed, and meets the CAF standards for hosting CHAN and AFCON. And I also want to inform the House that we have bought a generator to be installed at Mutesa II Stadium, which is covering that for purpose of CHAN and AFCON. The works at Kampala International Schools provided for upgrade of the changing rooms and improvement of the pitch. All these facilities have been evaluated by CAF and are prepared to host the training session. Workforce and volunteers. Uganda selected young, energetic, and sports-loving youth to participate in the CHAN 2024 volunteer program. So far, at least 500 volunteers have been invited for evaluation and trained to support the 19 areas below. 1, access control, accreditation, administration, branding, events, first aiders, general duties, ICT support, information points, language support, logistics, main venue support, media, medical, protocol, safety and security, spectator services, ticketing, and transport. 3, guest management and hospitality. In addition to the workforce already engaged, as highlighted above, the President offered the use of the Uganda protocol fleet of vehicles to support the transportation needs of VVIPs, VIPs, and CAF delegates for the duration of the tournament. Up to 90 SUV were therefore declared as available for use in accordance with the regulations governing vehicles and assets used. These facilities have been declared as available to CAF, and the local organizing committee awaits use requests to be submitted by CAF from time to time. Marketing and commercial. In accordance with the responsibility, on Friday 25th July 2025, CAF released the CHAN 2024 tournament pricing schedule and announced the commencement of sale to the public, including in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. The tickets for Total Energy CAF 2024, CAF CHAN Pamoja 2024. The tickets are in 3 price range categories. A, ordinary tickets for Uganda shillings 10,000 per day. B, silver tickets for 30,000 shillings per day. C, premium tickets for 50,000 shillings per day. The tickets can be purchased on internet online only, and CAF has established a dedicated sale link for all market tickets for the co-host venues in Uganda and the sister countries. Payment for tickets are made to accredited MTN, Airtel, Visa card suppliers who are linked to the ticket sales link stock page. In a bid to ensure publicity of the tournament, the local organizing committee has put in place measures to increase public awareness about the tournament beyond billboards. This includes allocating Federation of Uganda Football Association 1 billion shillings only to run promotions on TV, radios, digital platform, social media, influencers, digital other channels. Madam Speaker, there's a word there which is called Bizindaro, which I want to, maybe my shadow minister will help me translate it. Furthermore, the President officially launched CHAN 2024 in Uganda in a very colorful public ceremony held on 25th July 2025 at Kolo Ceremonial Grounds. The official launch enhanced the publicity of CHAN 2024 and the ongoing games and events at the main event locations at Nambole, communication and signage. In accordance with the responsibility, CAF procured a service firm to provide the official branding tools as well as place signage in selected areas. The LOC found it necessary to increase the visibility of the tournament and improve public engagement. Local operations have therefore necessitated extending the official signage to selected locations in Kampala and the metropolitan areas, government agencies and ministry buildings and commercial stock points. We have engaged the service provider to put up billboards and street poles banners along the 21 selected roads in the city. In addition, law conducts media briefing once a week. The frequency will be increased to thrice a week and daily once tournaments commences on 2nd August 2025. Team services. Uganda has received confirmation of participation of Group C teams. As of 29 July 2025, a national team of the Republic of Niger arrived in Uganda and has set camp. Our own national team, the Uganda Cranes, is in the camp as well and training for the tournament. In line with the CAF responsibility, CAF is handling team logistics, including but not limited to the travel arrangement, in-country transportation, and accommodation. The host country, through the LOC, is providing security, protocol, and guest handling, medical services, among others. Medical and anti-doping. Madam Speaker and honorable members, emergency care and doping control services have been provided for the stadium. In addition, medical services are in place to cover teams and officials at the stadium, training facilities, hotels, residences. The LOC has secured 2 standby air rescue ambulances provided by the Uganda Police and the Uganda People's Defense Forces. This will be supported by the chartered jet stationed at Entebbe International Airport. 3 hospitals are prepared to provide emergency care services, and these are Mulago National Referral Hospital, Mulago Women's Specialized Hospital, and Entebbe Hospital will cover the airport and road transit emergencies. ICU beds and admission rooms are prepared in these hospitals. A total of 280 medical workers are on standby at the above-mentioned hospitals, comprised of paramedics and specialists. 25 road ambulances have been deployed and medical supplies provided by the National Medical Stores. Medical equipment has also been provided for at the Mandela National Stadium. Inspections have been conducted for the accredited hospitals, and health workers in the said facilities have been accredited to provide support for the duration of the tournament. Events operation. The main event, the main host venue, Nambole, has been prepared to be a center of events in the tournament duration. Associated events include the matches themselves. However, the complementary events include media events, accreditation, entertainment, performance, meals, and catering, among others. The law commenced the procurement of service providers suitable to provide services for the high-end tournament. PPDA granted a waiver from the procurement processes and accredited the use of the alternative CAF-based procurement policies. This was in bid to ensure services are not unduly delayed due to the rigorous process of public procurement. The LOC has accordingly commenced the engagement of suppliers through a specific purpose tender committee, which is supported by the procurement terms of the government. Finance. The CHAN 2024 hosting obligations are outlined in the 7 guarantees issued by the host government. A key obligation was for the co-host countries to jointly remit $39 million to the Confederation of African Football for the expense of the tournament. Uganda complied with this requirement in April 2025 when the sum of $13 million was dispersed to CAF. In addition to the above settlement, LOC evaluated the local requirements to ensure a successful event. The local operations are defined under the certain subcommittee areas in the proceedings sections and were estimated of about 28 billion shillings. Whereas it was expected by law that this expenditure would be accommodated under the $13 million dispersed to CAF, it's now not evident that CAF has not agreed to accommodate the local operations. Government has taken a position in view of this to identify alternative revenue, alternative resources to ensure the local operations are funded. Security and safety rights and colleagues. The interagency joint forces are prepared to secure the tournament. The interagency security planning has been concluded and being implemented. The security team has been also trained by CAF on standards and expectations for CHAN 2024 tournament. Routes to and from different venues and hotels have been secured and the traffic management plan is in place. Given the sensitivity nature of security services, I'm constrained to provide a detailed operational plan. Honorable colleagues, Madam Speaker, it's my prayer on behalf of the Minister of Education and Sports that Parliament recognizes and appreciates the state of readiness and accept assurances to deliver a successful CHAN 2024 tournament. I beg to submit, honorable members and right honorable. Thank you so much.
Government of Uganda for ensuring that we have the infrastructure that you have mentioned. It's a big achievement for us. That now we have that infrastructure, so we can be able to host AFCON. But as I said before, this is a precursor to hosting of AFCON. How we host AFCON, how we host CHAN will determine on how we will be ready to host AFCON. Yes, Susan?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, and I thank you for taking this issue very serious. As like you said yesterday, when we are hosting some events like Chogam, Naman, G77, the way the events are marketed is not the same way we have seen CHAN being marketed. When you say that you have given out FUFA 1 billion, in which period? I think this would have taken like 3 months back to do activations, experiential marketing, using all sorts of marketing so that the public can feel the event. This CHAN is a Ugandan thing because it's the Ugandan government that has put their money. So the public need to own it and to feel it that it's part of theirs. But I think, Madam Speaker...
When was FUFA given the 1 billion?
That's what I wanted to know. I think it doesn't take... It's not 1 week back. Now, the event is starting on Saturday, the main event, and our first match is on Monday. So what kind of awareness are you going to create in this short period? So my request is, as you are preparing for AFCON 2027, is to use this CHAN as a benchmarking project. Next time, especially during the AFCON 2027, we must provide a big budget for marketing, because if we don't market, it's like we have a beautiful thing, but we have covered it deep down our beds. So, Honorable Minister, I think you should also think of using professionals in their fields. If you had professionals in marketing, they would have advised you before and wouldn't be in such a thing. Thank you very much. Right,
Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank the Minister for the report that he has taken in boosting sports. And I want to thank the President for the choice of the ministers who are managing this sector. Right Honorable Speaker, from the beginning, when the government chief whip now was put in the Ministry of Sports, we started to see a shift from stagnation, and the sports started moving forward. I am very glad that Uganda now has an opportunity to host an international event like this one. And we want to thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for always pushing for the budget for sports in this country. How I wish that other sports should also be treated the same way football is treated, so that we can have those who have the love for netball, for basketball, for other sports also enjoy where they feel like. Because currently, as it stands, we are treating football like it is the only game. And it is given more attention than other sports. Right, Honorable Speaker, I pray that in the subsequent budgeting, we should consider giving enough money to other sports because they have lifted us. Uganda is now known in athletics. We are doing quite well. And I want to believe that because of the small budgets that we've been putting there, but if we increase this, then we can be able to market this country and we shall be able to attract more tourists into this country. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
When we were raising these issues, we raised them because we appreciated the role Parliament had done and the ministry, especially the Minister for Sports, Honorable Peter Ogwang. And we want to thank you for a very comprehensive report. The facilities, Right Honorable Speaker, we have visited them. In fact, some of them we've even played there. The ex-internationals played against Parliament of Uganda in Kadiba. So the facilities are really top class, and we want to thank you for the supervision, for the effort. You are the right person in the right job. Right Honorable Speaker, the concern we raised yesterday, and that we shall continue to maintain, regarded publicity of this event. And I am glad to hear, Right Honorable Speaker, that 1 billion shillings has been given to FUFA to do the publicity. Even if the time between now and the opening of the games is very short, we only hope and pray that the 1 billion will be utilized sufficiently for purposes of creating publicity. Minister, if we don't publicize these games, the stadium will be empty, and that will not be very good for the country. So can we marshal all our efforts? Can we marshal all our resources to ensure that we have a robust publicity mechanism for purposes of having full stadiums? Otherwise, it will be a very big embarrassment. Right, Honorable Speaker, the minister did report.
Just a minute. In the subcommittees, that publicity was supposed to come under which committee? Commercial and marketing or communication and signage?
Madam Speaker, their publicity has two components. The way CAF guided us as law was that these subcommittees, they are those where we have to have government representative chair. And there are those where they requested the federation, which is directly aligned to them to chair. And for purpose of the record here, guest management and hospitality was given to the federation. Events operation, because it's the main event, was also given to the federation. Communication and signage, for purpose of informing the country what's happening, was given to government. Medical and anti-doping was given to government. Security and safety was given to government. ICT and accreditation was given to government. Infrastructure was given to government. Legal and brand protection was given to the federation. Workforce and volunteer, legal and brand protection was given to government. Workforce and volunteers was given to the federation. Team services was given to the federation. Commercial and marketing was given to the federation. Spectator services and fans experience was given to the federation. Finance was given to government. Now, where does the issue of funds coming for purpose of publicity? It's in two lines. Number one, there's the one in charge, communication and signage. Number two, there's one which is in charge, that is the one of commercial and marketing. And remember, friends, how did the CAF guide us? This is a CAF event. In as far as commercial and marketing is concerned, they have a right, they reserved it for purpose of their competition. So all in terms of who gets out to give out what, it's them. This is their tournament. No longer they have their sponsors. So when we are working in with them, we have been very careful to ensure that we do not cross the line which they are directly involved, and we also don't over pushing our authority on the competition. But above all, Madam Speaker, in all what is coming out, if I refer to the paragraph of finance, because that's where we have one critical issue. My statement is here clear. It says, and I want to go to the paragraph, which I said, in addition to the above settlement, the LOC evaluated the local requirements to ensure the success. Let me say, whereas it was expected by LOC that these expenditures would be accommodated under the $13 million dispersed to CAF, it's now evident that LOC, in their operation, which I also want to say for the record, it is a Pamoja tournament. Uganda is having one group. Tanzania is holding 2. Kenya is holding 2. So this money, which we all paid, we expected the $13 million to cater for the operations of this tournament, both as one tournament. The challenge which has arisen is the expenses for CAF in Uganda are not the same as expenses for CAF in Tanzania and CAF in what? In Kenya. No wonder we have come with an area where we have deficits, and these deficits are the ones which government internally has taken a position to raise money locally to support us in our what? In our quest to have this tournament managed. And that's what is coming now to affect areas of publicity. How do we handle it? Should we leave it as a CAF event alone, Madam Speaker?
So you've given the 1 billion for us to see how to support.
Yes, support the publicity of the event which is meant to be done by CAF according to what we have agreed with the CAF. But initially, all this work was meant to be undertaken by the Confederation of African Football. And Madam Speaker, also I want to put this on record, because I don't want people to come out here and say, we have given for 1 billion, 1 billion. Why FUFA? This is a football.
Because I was going to ask you, why didn't you give to the committee and you give it to FUFA? Why are you giving FUFA?
Madam Speaker, I want first to put this on record. This is a football event. Number 2, the experience on how they manage to raise funds to come to their games during other competition is their experience and expertise they have. So as a local organizing committee, we found it prudent that we use them to help us as a government, based on the time now we have, to go out and carry out this civic and popularize the event across the country. And as of this morning...
So when did you give them the money?
Madam Speaker, it is actually undertaking we have had, which we are going to formally do it.
You're going to give them the money.
Exactly, but I
you have not yet given.
Listen to me.
Honorable members, it should be on record that they are going to give the money they have not yet given. Because we don't want anything that happens to be associated to FUFA. Let it be an issue that it has been from the Federation,
Madam Speaker,
from CAF, but now FUFA is going to come in to support.
Madam Speaker, I'm taking this undertaking, having had a meeting and having chaired a meeting as the co-chair of law for purposes of us moving forward to ensure that the event is properly publicized across the country. And I want to confirm this morning, I have got information from various parts of the country that the Federation has swung in action. There are radios moving all over most of the major towns in the country. There are also radio advertisements taking place in major parts of the country. This commitment will be fulfilled as government between us and the footballers who are the Federation of Uganda Football Association. So in as far as this is concerned, I want to call all of us, honorable colleagues, it's our responsibility to ensure that the country joins us to support the most historic football event in the country. And for some of you who have been following football, I was a young boy who used to watch this competition on TV. But today, I can confidently say history has been made in Uganda, that we are hosting the event in Uganda. And I want us to appreciate, despite the few challenges which we might have, please, let's support the government, the Federation, and CAF in hosting this event. I thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you.
as I was making my case.
The interruption was because I wanted a clarification. One, has the money been given? That's why it is going to be given money to support.
Yes, thank you. Right on, Speaker, relatedly, how you are utilizing the ex-internationals who have played in Chan and who are no longer active and who are prepared to play roles, because we have also received, and one time I had an opportunity of bringing a good number of them to you, and you met them and they are out there because they think they have a role to play. But right on, Speaker, the minister did say we paid 13 million US dollars to CAF. And as far as I'm concerned, Uganda was the first country to make that financial commitment. Kenya and Tanzania, I am not so sure whether they have fulfilled their obligation.
Honorable Asuman, those are not issues for discussion here. Discussion. Because you're making a breach. That's a breach on the agreement that has been signed. Our issue has been answered by Honorable Minister. That let's all join. One, we are going to make sure the advertisement is going to be massive. Let's all join in ensuring that we popularize the game. Uganda, as Parliament of Uganda, we have got a report from the Minister of Sports. Can we own this game as it is a country game? It is only sports that does not differentiate whether you're opposition or whether you're government. It is one that brings all of us together. So can we now get out and ensure that this game is well attended? This game is owned by all of us. It is our game. And Honorable Minister, where you need our support as Parliament, we are available.
Madam Speaker, first of all, I once said this. On the question of the use of ex-international, CAF guided that we put a portal for those to apply to become volunteers. And to be honest, this was an open portal. I am very sure some of the members of the ex-international are among the 500 volunteers I have talked about. And the reason I came here late, I was actually in Ambole chairing a meeting on looking at a few areas where we needed to improve. The question which again you brought about the role of the other partner states, all of us have paid the money. No wonder we are ready to host, and I want to confirm, Madam Speaker, that I will lead a delegation for the official opening ceremony on 2nd in Dar es Salaam on behalf of the government of Uganda. On 4th, Madam Speaker, allow me to say this. Because CAF is the one in charge of this event, honorable members, we will be giving a few complimentary tickets. And I want to say this. Colleagues, the cars, not all our cars, will be permitted to have access to the venue. It is only those tickets with CAF stickers. It's only those vehicles with CAF stickers which will have access to the main stadium. I want to request, all of us are big people, but bear with us and bear with security for purposes of this event. Number two, I want to encourage us, right, Honorable Speaker. If you want to have access to the games, feel free to log into the portal and get the tickets. CAF has insisted all the tickets are sold online. So I don't want anyone to begin saying, the government, what? No, it is a CAF competition. They are the ones who are collecting the money, they are the ones who will be able to sell to spend this money, and they are the ones who will be able to divide this money according to the 3 partner states and leave projects here. As I conclude, how much I did
Honorable
mention...
Minister, our interest is the fan base, especially when our teams are playing.
I want to say this, that how much it is 10,000 ordinary, 30,000, and 50. And be aware that they are most likely to have 2 games in a day. So when you pay your 50,000, it implies that you're going to watch 2. I encourage you to come to the stadium early enough. We have given a traffic plan, and I want to repeat here. Cars heading to Ginger, there will be a cutoff from Nalia roundabout to Namugongo to Seta. Cars coming from Ginger for the purpose of the day of the game, and also from the time of it beginning at 11, because we expect the stadium to be open at midday. I want to appeal to you to work with security for purposes of us not ensuring we cause confusion during the time of the competition. Madam Speaker, last but not least, Chogam Nam. The rights of Chogam Nam were 99% government of Uganda. CAF, government of Uganda, their rights and obligations. And that's why I thank you for understanding me that where the rights and obligations were for CAF, we have come in to put a backup measure to ensure we inform and continue publicizing the event. The other one was the ones my sister talked about, the federation. I want to thank Parliament and us for providing a 31 billion for subvention to National Council of Sports to support the federation. I am also happy to report, in line with the new law, all of them have undergone a checkup and registration. There were 51. I am reliably informed about 5 federation and session did not meet the criteria. So that now brings us to a small number. With that, Madam Speaker, I want to conclude by thanking the President, my senior minister, and all of us for continuing to support the sports development and sports infrastructure in our country. And I want to say that the NRM government is committed in ensuring that the sports fraternity and the promotion and identification of our children's sports talents is achieved.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. I also want to thank
you, Right
our
Honorable.
sports for the stadium in Hoima. I so happened to see the stadium and I was very, very impressed. I now know where our money went. The stadium is really good, and the works are ongoing. One, thank you for the sports infrastructure, and how we wish in the next budgeting season we have training grounds in different cities around the whole country. And,
Speaker,
and that now takes me
There's already
the
money. There's
that-
already money in this budget cycle.
There's the money that the president talked about, money which was meant for Mbarara Kacheka Stadium. We want an explanation on what happened to that money of Kacheka. I also know that we gave money to Masaka. We also want an explanation on what happened. Can we go to the next item? Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Item 3.2.